Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a simple trick that I found that makes me have a lot more gratitude and generally happier in life, so I wanted to share that with you. So when I thought about making a YouTube channel, one thing that always really stuck out to me was the fact that I wanted to really share what I've learned and kind of pass on some things that I felt that really helped me. I think that's one of my biggest inspirations with YouTube, is ultimately I'm doing this for fun. And I feel like one of the best things about YouTube is that shared knowledge and teaching people new skills and just general things that you've picked up throughout your life, really. And for me, this one that I found out maybe about 9 or so months ago really helped change my life. So with a bit of a background story, I've always been a bit of a social media junkie. It's just, I really like connecting with people, and I find it fascinating to see what all these people are doing around the world. And that's why I think naturally why YouTube appealed to me so much. But yeah, I have to admit, like at first I loved social media when it first started, when I was like, 16, 17, 18. And it was a great way, especially when I was traveling, to connect with people that I'd met with traveling, or that, you know, reach out to people at home and keep in contact. And it was just the best way for it. But I have to admit, over the years and since getting older, I have grown a bit of a sour taste for social media, and I'm actually trying to scale it back because I do actually feel like I spend a little bit too much time on social media. Often I'd find myself going on social media for maybe some inspiration or just being a bit nosy to see what people have been up to. But then I'd find that after maybe spending 20 minutes too long on there, I'll come away feeling a bit dissatisfied and kind of almost comparing myself to others, or seeing what they've been up to and just kind of being a bit bummed out that I'm not really where I want to be. And as we all know, social media is a bit of an advert for things like that. And I'd also feel somewhat a level of guilt. I kind of feel like social media is great for when you just want to chill or if you're hungover or whatever. But I also feel like it's a big time sink, and sometimes, you know, you'll find yourself on there endlessly scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and before you know it, an hour's been, and you're just like, what have I just spent the last hour on? You know, it's no surprise that social media companies like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you know, they hire coders and programmers who are, you know, who've worked on gambling websites to keep you on these websites as long as possible. And then also my procrastination went a bit further than social media. It wasn't just wasting time on social media, it was looking at pointless things on YouTube that I felt like didn't really benefit me, or it was spending a little bit too much time on Netflix. And generally I think what the frustration was is I didn't have a plan in place. I didn't have any sort of structure of my day. I kind of would wake up, check my social media, check my phone, check my emails, messages, whatnot, and then I'd start work, and then I'd come home from work, and then I'd feel a bit lost, I feel a bit aimless, like what do I do now? And I'd kind of muster up either, you know, doing something productive like, you know, cleaning or cooking or whatever, or I would end up just being on the computer and going back on social media. And ultimately when I went to bed, I had that extra bit of guilt. However, as we all know, with the big you-know-what happening in the world, with the added lockdown and spending more time inside, it actually made me reflect on my life a little bit more and reflect on what I truly want. And I had done a lot of research before starting this YouTube channel, and luckily I actually stumbled across a really great channel by Ali Abdaal. I'm sure you guys have known his channel. He's absolutely blowing up right now, and he's fantastic in the productivity world. And one thing I really enjoyed about his channel is just how easy he made everything look. Like, he schedules almost his entire life. He takes pride in doing the most what he can out of his day, and that's something that really inspired me. And it was in one particular video he was talking about productivity, and he talked about how he starts a journal every single morning. So he recommends you start your journal with 3 key features: a highlight of the day, the gratitude you have for the day, and something that you want to let go of. Now, a highlight of the day may be something that you're looking forward to, or something that you know that you want to really tackle in the day, whether that be you want to finish your assignment, or whether you want to have that date night with your partner, or whether you want to do a YouTube video. Whatever that highlight is, that's your highlight of the day, and that's something to look forward to. The next part, which is your gratitude, which is my favorite bit, is something that you're grateful for. Something that you can just reflect back on, and it can be anything. It can be something huge, it can be something tiny. I've personally found that adding this little bit of gratitude every single day has really just helped me just just become comfortable with who I am and be so thankful for every single thing I have, and having a job during this really tough time and being able to work from home or spending extra time with my family, having a roof over my head. Like I said, you can take it huge or like a major or micro thing, whatever it is if you have gratitude, I really think it helps set you up for the day. And finally, L is something to let go of. And with this one, I found it quite interesting because I felt like it kind of, at first I was like, oh, this is a bit negative, like thinking every single day about something that's bothering you. But actually, I found it actually quite productive, and I actually found it quite almost like a little bit of a therapy session for myself, or like a little bit of time to myself, because I always often find sometimes that something's bothering me and sometimes I don't know what it is, and I try and rack around my brain and think, well, what is the actual issue? And then I kind of think about certain things and then I just move on. But I felt like having that time to myself each morning, just spending maybe 5 minutes on it and just writing something I want to let go of, it has really helped me just understand what is actually on my mind. And I also noticed as well, it's kind of like a physical diary, if you will. So let's say something's bothering you, and you can actually go back and you can see how many days in a row that's actually been bothering you, and then you can take action on that. You can decide, well, is that just a momentary thing, or is that something that maybe we need to address and work on in the future? So I highly recommend that you guys start off your day writing like that. So the next thing he actually suggests you do is actually write a to-do list. And this is basically a whole list of everything that you want to achieve that day. Now, I feel that when I first started doing this, I got a bit carried away, and all of a sudden I was writing 10, 15, 20 different things I wanted to do that day. And just naturally, I just don't have the time for everything I want to do that day. So I think over time I've naturally kind of scaled it back, and then I've kind of prioritized what I 100% want to do that day. And then maybe lower down the list is if I get time, or if it's convenient, then I'll fit those extra things in. But again, this journal's for you. You know, it's not for anyone else to read. It's not for you to publish on your Instagram feed or anything like that. This is for you. And the reason why I enjoy the to-do list so much is because, like I mentioned before, after work sometimes I'd feel a bit guilty and I'd feel a bit lost. I'd kind of come home and I'd have dinner, and then I'd be really like kind of in snooze mode, and I'd feel guilty for not really doing anything, and I kind of think, well, I need to do this and I need to do that, and I don't know where to start. Whereas I feel like when you structure your day like this, you can just nail off these tasks, and once you go through them one by one, it becomes almost like a game. You know, it becomes a bit addictive. Like, what can you achieve in the time that you've got? And it really makes you utilize the amount of hours that you've got in your evening. Now, for me, I've actually followed his advice, so I actually have mine in an actual physical book. But of course, if you want to do this on your phone, tablet, laptop, whatever you need, you can do that digitally. What I will say is I really enjoy doing it in a journal, because there's something profound about physically writing it down. Because I feel like when you're typing, you could have other tabs open, you could have music playing at the same time, whereas what I do is I wake up first thing in the morning and I make myself a coffee or a tea, and then I just give myself that 10 minutes, and it's just me and the journal and nothing else, no distractions, and I just write down a highlight for my day, something I'm grateful for and something I want to let go of. And it's just that, it's almost like an inner meditation kind of basically what I want to achieve and what I'm happy and grateful for, and something that may be bothering me, and then that to-do list is just something that it's just really satisfying, and writing it down and then you can cross it off. So if you do get the chance, I highly recommend that you actually write in a physical notepad, because I do think it makes a good amount of difference. So I thought it might be fun also to kind of include an example of one of my days, just so if you guys need a bit of inspiration or wonder how much I break this down, I can just give you a quick example. So this was a few days ago, this is actually last week. My highlight of the day was to plan my next video. So obviously with me being YouTube, I obviously write down a lot of different ideas, and there's some level of planning in that. So my highlight that day was to spend some time and just really plan out what I wanted to do for videos. My G, so my gratitude, was my experiences traveling. I think lately I've had a lot of time with everything that's going on to kind of reflect that what I've managed to achieve so far in life, and I was just thinking back to all the times that I'd travelled and having the ability to do so, and what it took to stay out there and survive and whatnot, and all the people I met, and yeah, so I just had gratitude for everything that I've been able to see and do. And then my L was my something to let go of. So for me, it was frustration with not being where I want to be. You know, I think we're all guilty of being a bit impatient sometimes, and I've noticed lately sometimes I get a bit frustrated because I have all these grand visions and I'm quite an ambitious guy, so I get a bit frustrated that I'm not really where I want to be. And so for my to-do list, I basically broke it down. I wanted to get a workout done. So for those who don't know, I've actually kind of turned my garage into a bit of a mini gym. I might actually do a video of me sorting that out because it's kind of cool. Like, it's unbelievable what I've managed to do in such a small space. So I'm quite proud of it. I've got a few things coming. I've actually got a kettlebell coming in a few days, so that'd be really cool. So one was to get a workout done, another one was to get a walk done, another one was to plan a script, and I actually said another one, just spend some time with family. So just making sure that I set aside time. And like I said before, these don't have to be some mammoth tasks like finish my dissertation or, you know, get a promotion in work. Like, you know, just, it can be the most simple things. It can be something simple as like hit my calories for the day, or, you know, go for a walk. Like, these are just, it's like I said, it's for you, it's not for anyone else. And also, if you don't hit them, if you don't finish them all off, that's fine. Then you just know that you want to carry it on the next day. So one of the actual real benefits I found from doing this the last 9 months or so is I actually feel like it has made a huge, profound change in me, and it's generally made me a lot more happy. I feel like writing down every single day something I've got gratitude for, it really puts into perspective my life and where I'm going and what I have around me. I think it's quite easy, especially in times like now where we have so much time to overthink everything. It kind of can you can get a bit carried away with just how bad things are, and really they're a bit trivial, you know, they're not really that serious. And especially like I mentioned in my present video, which I'll link somewhere in here, I think if you try and remain present and you don't worry about what's happened in the past or the future, and you just think about what you're grateful for and what you have all around you, then it can really set you up for the day. So if this does sound like something that interests you, just give it a go. Trust me, just try for 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks. Get yourself a notepad, get yourself a pen or a piece of paper, and just write down a highlight for your day, something you're grateful for, and something you want to let go of. And then underneath that, write down a to-do list, everything you want to achieve in that one day. Try it for 2 weeks, and I almost guarantee that you'll have a newfound gratitude for what you have, and you might even address some things that might be on your mind that you don't even realize. So yeah, so thank you so much to Ali for that advice. Major props to him. I'll make sure that I leave his channel in the description. For anyone watching this who doesn't check him out, I highly recommend you do. He's really, really motivating, and he's just a really funny guy. So check out his channel, it'll be in the description. And with that said, I just want to say thank you very much for watching the video. Obviously, I realise my channel is very, very new, and I obviously don't have the lots of views that a lot of people have. But if any of you are recurring viewers, just know that I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. And if just one person can take something from these videos and improve their life, then it'll all been worth it. So thanks very much, guys. Hope you have a great evening. Bye.